Aloha, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Jessica's channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica and I talk about all things spirituality, all things love, all things becoming your best self and really seeing your fraction of light. Today we're going to talk about identity. What is identity, how it's so important to your self-image, how you see yourself, and what you believe about yourself, and thus what you can accomplish in this world. So let's dive right in. What is identity? Identity is who you say that you are. It is your I am. It is you claiming and knowing who you are. And as we know, God gave us this right. God gave us this power, this wisdom, this strength to declare who we are. He gave us this right. He made us in His image, and this means that we get to decide who we are. It's up to us, and that is the first thing that our flesh tells us that we are not, right? If we say we're children of God, our flesh can easily say that we're not. So it's being really discerning and observing, taking a step back and observing what you are listening to. It's one thing to hear it, but it's one thing to listen to it and agree with it. So being really observant of your thoughts and who you say that you are. It's so important to write these down. Literally make a list. Ask yourself, what is my self-image of myself right now? How do I see myself? Who do I believe that I am? And once you get clear on those, you can start to once you acknowledge and accept it, you can then imagine and visualize who you want to become. You can start the process of embodying the person that you want to be, your highest self. But the second step of imagining and visualizing is really about you being so clear on where your imagination, your focus is going, because that is so important. Your focus is your currency. It is your money. Money is just energy. So it's being so clear about where your attention is going. What are you saying to yourself? How are you imagining things to turn out? Are you imagining them to be the best that they can be? Or are you thinking that's going to be the worst case scenario? How are you seeing yourself in situations, when you interact with the public? All of those things, your imagination, your attention is your currency, and what you focus on grows. It's all mental. When you're washing the dishes, when you're going for a walk, where does your mind wander? And if it wanders and if it says awful things about you or awful things about someone else, just gently bring it back to the present moment and to love, and to remind yourself that you are a child of God and that you came here to live the life of your dreams and live the life that you've always wanted. It is so important to imagine and visualize every single morning, even if it's just for 5-10 minutes in the morning, and really get clear on who it is that you are. Get clear on the person that you are. Get clear on what you're going to do that day. Just visualize it. See yourself going through it. And athletes do this all the time. It's so impactful and it's so powerful in what they actually accomplish and what they actually do. This is one of the most important things that they do before a match, when they really see themselves winning, see themselves being really focused and determined. Now, a big thing that we're going to talk about, number 3, is emotions. What are emotions? Emotions are energy in motion. They are the frequency that you've been thinking over the past couple of years. They come from your thoughts. Your thoughts produce an emotional charge, an emotional reaction from your body. So it's knowing that you are not your emotions. If you've been thinking terrible things and you've been in fear and in doubt and in these vibrations that you know aren't aligned with your highest self, and you choose to feel differently, know that you are not those emotions. They're just moving through you, and they're there because of the noise that you're that your thoughts have been creating, and it's possible to change these things, and it's possible to connect to a more loving light energy. It's possible to come back to your fraction of light. Your fraction of light is, think of the light, the soul, the radiance within you, and those emotions, those doubts, those thoughts that cloud your judgment are basically fog and are dirt that just need to be smeared off, and so you connect it back to yourself so you can see your light again. So emotions are energy in motion. They're energy thoughts that you have been feeding into, and knowing that these can change, whether you've been feeling sad, angry, fearful, and it's really saying, I am feeling this way. I'm feeling sad because I think it serves me in some way. I am feeling angry because I think it serves me this way. And this really allows you to kind of step away and reframe and see that you are not your emotions, you are not your situation, you are the conscious observer, and you have created the life in front of you, and you can change it. And it's about getting in that observation state and knowing that it is once you change internally that your exterior will start to change. And knowing that you can also do this with really positive emotions that you want to feel, like when you're happy or when you're joyful. It's saying, oh, I choose to feel this way. I feel really happy and excited because it serves me and I'm very happy to do so. And it just reinforces that. And it makes you so aware of what is working for you, and so you can do more of that. So again, with your emotions that are heavy keep you in the past. They keep you connected to your old self. They keep you in fear, in doubt, and keep you in that indecision and that inaction. So just being really aware of what emotions you are connected to throughout the day and letting them go. Choosing and seeing, using that imagination to connect to love, to light, to imagining, and even the process of saying out loud or saying to yourself, what would a more joyous Jessica look like? What would a more joyous Ashley look like? What would a more joyous Rachel look like? What would a more insert your name look like? What would I be doing? What would I be thinking? What would be her thoughts? What would be her actions? And then you start to really see that, and you can start to, because when you have a vision, when you see it, you can embody it, which takes us to the next step. Embodying. When you embody, it's about connecting your mind, body, and soul. That's what we are. We are the Holy Trinity. God gave us, we are a fraction of God. We are God-like. And this means that when we act in God's way with love, we are connecting our mind, body, and soul. We are aligning all of these truths, and that's what encompass our reality. That's what encompass our truth. If we're thinking holy, loving thoughts, if we are embodying and actioning out those loving thoughts, and if our soul is present and here and we are connected to our fraction of light, then we are going to act in the most direct, loving way, and we're not going to let these outside things shake us, because we know our identity is with Christ, with God. We know our identity is with God. We know that we are a fraction of light. We know that God is within us. We know that we are the love of our lives. We know that God is love. We know that God is the glue, that God is everything, and God has equipped us to succeed, and He wants us to succeed, and He wants us to be our best selves, and He wants us to move forward and trust Him and trust ourselves, because when we trust God, we trust ourselves. When we trust ourselves, we trust God, because we are a fraction of light. We are God-like. We are God's. God made us in His image. We are a fraction of light, and He gave us everything that we need to succeed. He gave us the mind that is like a computer that will lead and guide us to our most loving self, for the things that He put in our heart. But it's going to take hard work, and it's going to take practice, and it's going to take that constant shifting and realigning, because we're working with the physical world. We're working with building skills and building technique and continuing to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. It's knowing that God exists in your mind. The Bible, that's what it is preaching, that's what it is talking about. That is the good news. It's knowing that God is with you and God saved you through faith and through love. God showed you that love is real, that you get to believe and have faith and love because it is true. And once you believe and you know, it's about acting like it and having faith where you know there is no other if, ands, or buts. You are firm in your faith, you're firm in your truth. You act as if God is real because you know God, you felt God, because God is love, and you know that you give this life purpose, that God gave you purpose, and that purpose is found through love. And your identity is such a big factor of who you are, and you get to decide that with God. You get to decide who you are. You get to decide that you are a fraction of light, that you are a child of God, and that you came into this world to do the best that you can, and that you came to achieve all of the beautiful things that you came here to do, and you came to live a beautiful, joyous journey because you are worthy of that, and you are worthy of being sanctified, and you are worthy of being chosen, and you're worthy of being separated from the darkness around, where you know that you don't let others project onto you because you know your truth, and you know that your universe is within you and it's your connection with God. I hope that was helpful. I will be back with a lot more videos like this. This is something that really I am so passionate about, and I love teaching you all on because it is so empowering, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful process to see just how far we can all go when we know the truth, and when we know the truth about ourselves and we stand firm in that truth. So I hope this was helpful. I love you all. I will see you next time. Bye. Have a good rest of your day.